Welcome back to my channel. It is Krista here to do the extended monthly forecast for the sign of Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the month of July 2018. I hope that you enjoyed your June 2018 reading, and I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, your shares, and your comments, so thank you for that. So this is a general reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of July. As a general reading, I encourage you to take whatever messages are most healing and helpful to you and apply them to any current situation that you need assistance with. If you want a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box below. In addition, there are 6 planets currently in retrograde for the next couple of months. So I'm actually going to add in a link for you called, I think it's Collective Evolution. It's a really great, well-written summary of what some of those retrograde planets might be doing with your sign or the signs of people in your life. So if there's any questions or concerns around planetary energy, you can always check that out as well. So Scorpio, what do you need to know for the month of July? What does Scorpio need to know for the month of July? Messages for Scorpio. Messages for Scorpio, July. There we go. I'm going to be doing a 6-card spread for you today. In addition to that, we'll be drawing a card each from the oracle decks here. So the underlying energy to your reading is the gorgeous Empress. Something is about to be given birth here. Something is about to come to fruition this month for you. An underlying energy, something is about to spring forth for you. As always, I'll get a little snapshot of what's going on here with all of these cards together. This is your only major arcana. The rest of the energy that you're working with this month, Scorpio, looks to be pretty minimal. The only 2 cards, 7 are up here, are of Pentacle and of Wands. So there could be something that feels pretty burdensome here, although if this is the underlying energy and this is the heart of the reading, it could be that you're about, it's like, this is the easiest language around the 9 of Wands is, you know, the wounded soldier, but there's a lot of lessons and a lot of life still here. There's also a lot of hope. But the end, something that seemed impossible could be coming to a clear end here shortly. And because the underlying energy here is the Empress, as I said, it looks, and then your advice card here with the 3 of Pentacles, right? A nice beginning. If this has to do with a relationship, sexual or otherwise, this could be a new ground breaking within this relationship, something opening up, something developing within a relationship, and it deserves a celebration. Otherwise, I'm going to suggest if this is for a personal project or work, or even any self healing that you're doing, whether that's in the body, with a plan of action here, even with your emotions, I'm going to suggest here that I think you have found an answer that is going to work for you. I think you just have to bring it to life, or it's almost going to be brought to life for you. This is definitely, the Empress is definitely a birth card. There could very well be a Scorpio out there as well who is pregnant or experiencing a birth this month as well. This always includes adoption, and it always includes animals as well. So if you're a fur daddy or a fur mummy, this of course makes perfect sense as well. It does not have to be a human being. Just as a general overview here from some of the other cards as well, is a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of the energy here, because it's 7 and under in the elements, is so easily overcome that nothing is upsetting here. Nothing is unusual. Nothing is upsetting. Oops. And here with your past energy, you were feeling maybe a little bit disappointed, overlooking something that was being handed to you. Maybe even having something that you had desired or wanted or dreamed of, and finally having a taste of it or getting a hold of it and learning or realizing, or at least feeling, it's not exactly what you wanted, or it's not filling that void the way you wanted it to. Here with the present energy, of course, we have the 7 of Pentacles. You're really taking stock, and you can see this here. It's almost like something is about to come to fruition here, but it's like, where do you want to plant that, right? Because something is in motion here. Even the 7 of Pentacles I would consider to be, considering it's a pentacle, it's usually pretty stable and still. This is really saying that you're examining your past, but you're also, in order to take from it what was working for you and bring it into the future. So I think it's almost like, and this is a really, believe it or not, this being the heart of your reading is an opportunity for you to get rid of any extra baggage. And like I said, because this is all really low on the number scale here, I think it's going to be easy for you, Scorpio, this month to do that. I just don't, your back's not up against the wall. There's nothing really, there's nothing that's standing out that looks like it's going to even cause an issue, cause a blockade. We do have a 5 of Wands here in your future, so there could be a slight or a minimal or an inconsequential argument or a little bit of discord here. But again, this could be internal to you. If this isn't about a relationship with someone else of any kind, this is something that's happening internally to you, where you have this sort of like, there's a story here, right? There's a story about how hard something is. And if this is internal to you, this could be about like, I want to rewrite that. I'm not comfortable with this anymore. I don't like the sound of that anymore. What would it mean if I switched up this narrative? How does that make me feel? What does that look like? Not only how does that make me feel, but what does that look like when that's acted upon in the real world? Who am I at the end of that? Who is that going to affect? And how will they be affected? And what will that conversation or relationship look like? But as I mentioned, this could very well be happening internally to you. But again, this is, you know, billions of Scorpios exist. So I don't know for sure who, if this is about a business or a personal environment here for you, or if this is an internal thing for you. I can only say what's going on with these energies. Another theme here with the 9 of Wands in your heart of the reading, and of course here with the 5 of Wands in your future. Things are lessened. Things could even be less burdensome here in the near future with regard to this weight or load. Something that could have even felt like a trap or overwhelming is lessened here, and it could have to do with talking about it, bringing it up with somebody, laying something on the line, getting something off your chest. It's weird. There are no swords. So I know on the surface it's weird that I would be saying that, like maybe you need to have a conversation, but there's no swords. There's no one talking. I think this is an action that you need to take. And because it's the 5, all the 5s are a little bit, there's a little bit of chaos. There's a little bit of upset, even just discord. But as I always say with the 5s, the whole point of it is to come to an agreement about something. It's in order to fix it. It's not just a useless argument or a useless discussion or a useless behavior. It's for the higher good, right? 6s always follow, and of course, as you know, the 6 of Wands is a victory card. So I think if you were just to really really decide, to even take until the end of the month, Scorpio, if you need to, really pay attention to where it is you've been, where you are currently, and exactly where you want to go, particularly if those emotional needs haven't been fulfilled or met yet, especially if you thought they would be in the recent past. And then, of course, here with the Three of Pentacles, a celebration. This is your advice card, and maybe it's just time to relax, take a little vacation, celebrate with someone. There's definitely one other person in your environment here, and they could have earthy qualities, very, very down to earth. They could be very practical. They could be very helpful. So that is a general overview. Let's get these cards one by one for you. As I mentioned, the underlying energy is our Empress, which is a birth card, something coming to fruition. As I mentioned with the threes, there is always another person involved, and there's a celebration anytime we see threes as well. So there could be something to celebrate here. Could be a contract that you've always wanted is coming to fruition. But I do see this in terms of something developing, okay? A development. And it might not even be the end of a particular development for you, depending on what that is for your particular situation. This could be the next phase of a development for you. But all the same, as an underlying energy for the month Scorpio, it's very, very exciting to see that. Because what this means is an underlying energy to all this as well is that you're definitely growing beyond some of this pettiness, if you will, or some of this stuff that just feels like, oh, that's a drag, or what do I want to do next? Or, well, that's not what I meant. You know what? Let's just relax. Like, it's nothing overwhelming. So I feel like you can easily get to the next level here. Here, as I mentioned, with the Nine of Fire, Wands, as it were, this is an opportunity really for you to say, what are you done with, right? What is haunting you or daunting, in your environment that you do? This is behavior, right? Or someone else in your environment, like maybe you've had enough of something, whether you're doing it or it's coming in from somewhere else. But I think the stars in this imagery are important as well. I think you can find a way to light the rest of your path. You don't have to stop here and live in this type of woe is me environment, okay? At the heart of the reading, there is this element of something feels heavy or it's exhausting. You might even feel like giving up on something. I'm not even sure what that means or what that could be for you right now. Just because, of course, as I said, in the present, we do have you really taking stock of everything. And as I mentioned, because we have the Four of Cups in the recent past, I mean, this is really... Of course, the Seven of Pentacles. Of course, you're taking, reassessing things right now because there was a disappointment in the recent past. Again, whether this is internal to you, business, personal, a relationship, whether it's a healing theme for you, you're just gonna, maybe something is just being, there's an opportunity this month, for example, to just try something again. Give it another shot, try it a different way. Those are other themes here. As I mentioned here in your present, the Seven of Pentacles, it also means that you've worked really hard towards something as well. You've gone past the sharing and receiving. The next, of course, is the Eight, which is working diligently on something you've set your mind to. So I think this card is really just asking you to make up your mind about something here. And it does fall under the Empress, as I said. So I think you might even, and you probably feel this right now as well, Scorpio. So there's probably this level of, it's coming, that it's about to, something is about to arrive or come to fruition here. And it's like, even if this is the next level or the end, like a completion of something, it's almost like, well, what now, right? Like, let's say it does fill the void and it solves everything. Like, it's not like as a human being, you're going to be without struggle from now on. It's just going to be a new struggle because we're all human and this is our story. But again, it's not a heavy load here. It's not overwhelming. And you're already in a good position, okay? You're already well taken care of. This is a very strong, stable card, a very strong, stable energy. Here with the Five of Wands, as I mentioned, right under the Nine of Wands, this, this is a depleted energy. And this is kind of like, it's a little bit, could be accused of being bossy or impatient. Or someone in your environment, remember, okay? Let's say you're tickety-boo and somebody in your environment is, got their hackles up or isn't meeting you in the middle, right? This is before an opportunity for balance. But remember that the opportunity is always there for balance, right? And then, of course, here with the advice card is to celebrate. Just, lay low, be practical, be around people who are stable and want the best for you, and very possibly, have the same outlook. 3 of Pentacles is definitely at least 2 people working on something together. And even if that's just generally speaking, like working toward it being happy or healthy or satisfied or emotionally fulfilled, or having plenty, like whatever that is for you, I think it would really benefit you. It's saying as an advice here this month to look for people or engage with people who already share that perspective. You don't want to, you don't want to give any time and energy to anything that's going to deplete you more or take more from you. It is really nice, to be honest with you though, Scorpio, it is really nice to see as well that there's not a big struggle for you this month. That's always nice to see. Everyone needs a little bit of downtime. Here we have manna with the dolphin. Manna, as we know, is a biblical term. It's something that's given to you from heaven. There are no aces, there are no pages, and there's actually no court cards here. So unless it's in an unusual situation for my Scorpios right now, I'm going to suggest this is something that's happening within your work environment or happening internally to you. I just don't really see another actor or player right now. If there is someone else in your environment who is an actor or player in your story right now, I'm still going to suggest that this is your energy. Manna from heaven. Manna is it's a prayer answered. It's fulfillment. It's nourishment. Again, use these terminologies to your benefit. If you're emotionally void, you need to nourish that, okay? If you're physically weak or physically exhausted or feeling chaotic, it's a really nice time to treat that. This is a really nice treatment card, okay? So you really want to treat yourself. And of course, as we know, the dolphins are extremely advanced mammals, so there is an opportunity here for personal advancement, okay? I think another lesson with dolphin, to be honest with you, is to go deep. Don't be afraid of going deep here. The highest card you have is a 9, and it's a little bit, it's not a gentle energy here, so maybe there's an opportunity this month for you to practice a little bit of gentleness on yourself as well. Go deep, give yourself exactly what you need, and then assess the situation knowing you have what you need right now, okay? Knowing you have that, and something good by the end of the month awaits you. But you have to drop a burden. You have to be able to let go of something, even if it's a matter of something like non-tangible, like forgiveness, okay? Even if it has something to do with that, whether it's you or someone else, or having your feelings hurt, or not being fulfilled here for some reason, okay? So be gentle with yourself right now. And then trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. This always shows up when things are really difficult. So in a relationship or in a dating situation, I would still keep your wits about you. I wouldn't go like trusting blindly or anything here. But I wouldn't go making up tales either, and I would really watch for any paranoia, okay? Or if there's past behavior in yourself, or if you know that there are patterns that you bring to relationships or to environments where you're assessing things and you need to check that, you could do that as well this month. in a creative venture or in a personal goal venture, trust. This situation is calling for you to have faith. I would say to stop doubting yourself. Again, there's no swords here. There's no mind games. You're not tricking yourself. No one's really tricking you. It's almost like you just need to get out of your own way. And part of getting out of your own way here with this reassessment while being stable is, especially if a change is being made, right? Especially if something new is about to begin, or you're approaching something that's, you know, it's providing fruit, it's come to fruition now. There's this sense of, even if it's different and unfamiliar, even if at the start it didn't feel fulfilling or it was scary, okay? I think it's still important for you, particularly if you have a spiritual relationship on any level with, you know, God or source or whatever that means to you, to trust that direction. Trust the direction of treating yourself, fulfillment, making that a goal, and trusting that that's okay, not only okay, but it's essential for you right now to do that. All said and done though, Scorpio, I see this being not a burdensome month for you. I think that something beautiful is going to happen for you this month. I don't think it's going to come as a surprise here. There's no tower. There's no beginnings or endings necessarily. It's just very probably a next phase of something. Around an assessment here, a little bit burdensome. You just need to talk yourself into or out of something here. Slight behavior change may be required. This slight disappointment here could be overcome easily by a little celebration. So maybe find something to celebrate. Give yourself a lot of credit for getting to the point that you are right now. Have trust and faith, even if it's in yourself. Let's say it has nothing to do with spirituality. Maybe have faith in yourself, okay? That you've come this far and you can handle anything that comes your way. So that is your reading for the month. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Thanks for your likes, for subscribing to my channel, and for your comments. I love hearing from you. So I will see you in just a few weeks. Until then, take excellent care. Bye for now.